Hello everyone, and welcome to the last episode of our 6-part short webinar series focusing on all the wonderful areas that make up this beautiful state of Arizona. I'm Amelia Robertson from Link Tourism, one of Australia's leading sales, marketing and PR agencies, and we proudly represent the Arizona Office of Tourism. So thank you for joining us in discovering the wonders of Arizona throughout our series. In part 6, we will be focusing on all the wonderful things of culinary. Before we begin, a quick reminder that there is a fortnightly prize that you will have the chance of winning, as well as an end-of-series prize, with this being the final opportunity. More on that will be shared at the end, so please stay tuned. So as a quick refresher, Arizona is situated in the southwestern United States and is easily accessible for Aussies and Kiwis with only one stop required in the main gateways of LAX, SFO, or Dallas. A short flight or car rental will see your clients exploring the vast state in no time. So there are 5 regions in Arizona, as seen outlined here, and I'm going to take you on a quick culinary journey of all of these regions so you can gain a better understanding of how much there truly is to explore. Arizona has a wide range of gastronomy experiences to offer, from the wine regions to farm-to-table concepts and award-winning chefs and restaurants. Let's explore what's on offer, and I hope you are not feeling too hungry because I fear you will be by the end of this. Arizona has a long history of agriculture. These days, the state is rapidly becoming known for its culinary excellence, thanks to James Beard and Forbes 5-star award-winning restaurants, farm-to-table fare, American Indian specialties, and of course, authentic Southwestern cuisine. In addition to a diverse culinary scene, Arizona is also rapidly becoming recognized for its award-winning wines and delicious craft beers. So let's now discover some of the more recent culinary accolades awarded in the great state of Arizona. First up, we have the James Beard Foundation's Restaurant and Chef Awards, which honors members of the American food, beverage, and hospitality industries who show exceptional talent and creativity in their craft and commendable leadership among their colleagues and peers. 2022 saw the James Beard Award for Outstanding Restaurateur awarded to Chris Bianco. A few years ago, much to the shock of New Yorkers and Chicagoans, the readers of Travel and Leisure magazine picked Phoenix as the best city for pizza in America. As the story goes, Chris Bianco raised the bar so high in Phoenix that it lifted the quality of pizza across the whole city, turning it into a place of pilgrimage for pizza lovers. Another 2022 winner of the James Beard Award for Outstanding Baker is Don Guerra at Barrio Bread. Barrio Bread is dedicated to exceptional quality artisan bread, created with centuries-old baking techniques and locally grown heritage grains. In fact, 4 Arizona chefs and restaurants were also named finalists in the 2022 James Beard Awards, and 10 were named in 2019. Arizona is sure the place for food. In addition to James Beard Award winners and nominees, Kai, meaning seed in the Pima language, is located within the Sheraton Grand at Wild Horse Pass Resort in Chandler. The luxury restaurant is the only AAA 5-diamond Forbes 5-star restaurant in Arizona. The menu incorporates Native American techniques and uses locally farmed ingredients from the Gila River Indian community to create unforgettable dishes. Let's now talk about Tucson, a designated UNESCO City of Gastronomy. In 2015, Tucson, Arizona became the first American city to become part of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network for Gastronomy, honoring Southern Arizona's food traditions and culinary innovation. In fact, Tucson has the longest agricultural history of any city in the United States. The culinary heritage is a tapestry of Mexican and Native American traditions. It has a 4,000-year tradition of vineyards, orchards, and livestock ranching that have forged the wide array of the local heritage foods. Tucson focuses heavily on innovative programs and regulations for food security and sustainable local food production and distribution. Some of Tucson's better-known restaurants have rich histories and strong links over time to the foods and the lands they come from. In fact, Tucson is home to the nation's oldest Mexican restaurant in continuous operation by the same family, El Charro Cafe. Established in 1922, El Charro Cafe features traditional northern Mexican Sonoran style and innovative Tucson style Mexican food, and is the inventor of the chimichanga. Immediately west of downtown Tucson is Mission Garden, a 4-acre plot of land organizers call a living edible museum. It pays homage to the area's diverse cultural heritage and long-standing agricultural history. A recreated garden that once existed beyond the walls of Mission San Agustin now features an agave plantation, field crops that Spanish explorers brought with them from the Old World, and desert-adapted species of squash, bean, and corn. The property hosts cooking classes, gardening demonstrations, and agricultural festivals. Tucson is also home to some of the best Mexican food north of the border, along 12th Avenue on the south side of town. Visitors can find authentic Mexican food, typically Sonoran style, at small mom-and-pop restaurants, where frequently Spanish is the only language spoken. Or visitors can try Boca Tacos, which has made a name for themselves thanks to its uniquely flavored tacos. Think python on corn tortillas. For something uniquely different, explore Whiskey Del Bac. Barley is malted over mesquite for a single malt whiskey with a flavor distinctive to the American Southwest. Whiskey Del Bac represents true American craft and independence and is now a James Beard Award semi-finalist. Now let's take a look at the Fresh Foodie Trail. Serving as a culinary gateway to Phoenix and Scottsdale, the farms in and around Mesa are providing a bounty of seasonal goods for visitors to enjoy year-round. From citrus in January, peaches in May, olives in October, there's something for everyone. Detours Touring Company provides visitors alternative transportation options with day tours on Tuesdays and Saturdays for those wanting to leave the driving to the research to the experts. Agritopia is a community on the edge of the rural-urban interface. It is an urban farm designed to flourish in the urban setting. Instead of a huge field of one crop, you find a patchwork of numerous specialty crops. In fact, the New York Times named Agritopia the leading agri-hood in the country in 2014. As an insider tip as well, the PB&J brisket sandwich pictured here in the middle from Jalapeno Bucks is to die for. Now for my personal favorite, we have the Salsa Trail and Salsa Festival. In the small towns along US Highway 70, roughly 3 hours east of Phoenix, you'll find Arizona has an entire route dedicated to salsa. The Salsa Trail, which connects several Mexican restaurants, taco shops, and a tortilla factory, is located in the southeastern section of the state throughout Graham, Greenlee, and Cochise counties. Trail maps can be picked up at any one of the 16 stops or at the Safford Visitor Center. For those who prefer a more compact experience, head to Safford in September for the annual Salsa Fest, where you'll be able to taste the offerings from the Salsa Trail restaurants all in one place. If you can't already tell, salsa is serious business in Arizona. Now let's take a look at 9 foods you must eat while in Arizona. Whether it's a dish whose story is rooted in Arizona soil or an indigenous ingredient not found anywhere else in the country, these 9 foods represent the diversity of the state's people and history. So consider this your official foodie to-do list. First up, we have fry bread, which you can find at Hopi Cultural Center, Second Mesa, and Fry Bread House in Phoenix. Fry bread dates back to 1864, when the Navajo Nation were forced to make the long walk, a 300-mile deportation from Arizona to a reservation in New Mexico with limited supplies. Today, the dish has since been adapted by other tribes, and the fluffy bread is usually topped with beans, meat, cheeses, lettuce, tomato, and sour cream, or it's used as the shell for taco fillings. Next up, we have chimichanga. You can find it at El Charro Cafe in Tucson. Also known as a chimi, the chimichanga is a deep-fried large burrito served with scoops of sour cream and guacamole. Legend has it that in the early 1920s in Tucson, El Charro Cafe founder Monica Flynn invented the chimichanga when a burrito fell into the deep fryer she was using. And third, we have Route 66 beer, which you can find at Mother Road Brewing in Flagstaff. This place cites the Route's adventurous and innovative spirit as inspiration for their lineup of road trip-themed beers. The brewery's Flagstaff taproom is of course located right on the Mother Road. Our fourth foodie must is mesquite flour. Made from the dried ground pods of mesquite trees, this American Indian dietary staple has a sweet, slightly nutty flavor. It's often considered a superfood, and Arizona chefs like to experiment with it, frequently adding the flour to bread, pizza dough, pancakes, muffins, and other baked goods. For a sweet experiment with mesquite flour, try a mesquite chocolate chip cookie mix from Arizona Baking Company. And number 5, we had medjool dates. Turns out the western Arizona Burge is also America's lettuce capital, producing 90% of the winter greens in the US, and its growers' haven for medjool date groves, nearly 7 million kilos to be exact. Try the tasty, naturally sweet fruit and everything from shakes to ice cream at Martha's Gardens Date Farm, a family-run operation that also hosts farm tours from November to April. At number 6, we have the Sonoran hot dog. Our recommendations include El Guerrero Canelo and BK Carne Asada and hot dogs, both in Tucson. The Sonoran hot dog is to the southwest what deep dish pizza is to Chicago, an iconic food that both tourists and locals gravitate to. Instead of a traditional bun and a split top roll called a bolillo cradles the hot dog, which is blanketed in bacon and piled with pinto beans, jalapenos, onions, tomatoes, mayonnaise, and other condiments. At number 7, we have cheese crisp, which you can find at Casa Reynoso in Tempe. Think of the cheese crisp as an open-faced quesadilla. It's cut into slices like a pizza and served. At number 8, we have prickly pear margaritas, which you can try at Javelina Cantina in Sedona. The Sonoran Desert covers central and southern Arizona, as well as northern Mexico, and its rich ecosystems include dozens of varieties of cactus. Among these is the prickly pear. The flat pads of this plant bloom an edible fruit which is foraged and then made into prickly pear jams, jellies, and syrups. The latter is mixed with tequila for a bright, flavorful twist on the traditional margarita. And at number 9, we have pie. Whilst pretty much every American town from coast to coast serves up a good slice of pie, that's the sugary kind, not the pizza, while the pie at Rock Springs Cafe in Black Canyon City isn't an only Arizona dish, I should say, it does earn a place to the list for being the pretty perfect and is a must for an Arizona road trip. Now let's take a look at Arizona's extraordinary wines. In Arizona's high deserts, 3 major grape-growing regions have taken root: Sonoita in southern Arizona, Wilcox in southeastern Arizona, and the Verde Valley in north-central Arizona. With 120 wineries and tasting rooms across the state, touring Arizona's wineries is an excellent opportunity to get outside, sip fabulous wine, and admire the stunning vistas. Specific wine trails include the Sonoita Wine Trail, Verde Valley Wine Trail, and Wilcox Wine Trail. Check out the online Arizona Wine Trail passport, and you might even win some prizes as you sip your way around the state. Now for a closer look at the 3 wine regions. First up we have here the Verde Valley. Elevation, volcanic soil, hot days, and cool nights make this region ideal for producing grapes with thicker skins, deeper colors, and more flavor. Combine the fun of a float trip down the Verde River to the confluence of Oak Creek and the Verde River on a ducky kayak water-to-wine trip, complete with wine tastings of award-winning wines of the Alcantara in their fabulous Tuscan-style vineyard. Now let's take a look at the Sonoita region, which is Arizona's first American viticultural area. The area was designated for its similarities to a region of Italy known for its Super Tuscans. With an elevation averaging 1,500 meters, the unique geographical location, climate, and soil characteristics produce award-winning Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and more. You are sure to find a super wine that suits your taste at one of the dozen tasting rooms throughout the region. Lastly, we have the Cochise County in Wilcox, which is located in the southeastern corner of the state and high above the desert terrain and heat. Elevated above 1,300 meters and a healthy annual rainfall, it is here that 74% of Arizona's wine grapes are harvested, so it's definitely worth exploring some of its tasting rooms. Now lastly, we can't forget here Arizona's craft beer scene. Arizona has over 50 craft breweries throughout the state, with the state's governor recognizing Flagstaff as a leading craft beer city in 2018. Home to 9 craft breweries, there's an official Flagstaff brewery trail to complete for those wanting to ensure that no craft beer is left unsampled. Now, if you've got a taste for Arizona and food and drink, This Is the Place TV series interviews Arizona chefs, servers, bartenders, brewmasters, and winemakers to uncover Arizona's best-kept dining secrets. Each episode highlights a culinary figure and follows them around their community as they take their friends to some of their favorite spots. Links to the series can be found on the resources page of this webinar. So that's it for this week's webinar and wraps up our series of short webinars on Arizona. We also have a beautiful downloadable destination guide on the Arizona Agent Training page of the Link Tourism website, and we always recommend you visit the USA Discovery Program and obtain your Arizona badge as well. Thank you so much for exploring Arizona with me, and if you are watching this on the day of its release or the day after, be sure to go to www.linktourism/Arizona and enter your details. For agents that watch all 6 webinars in this series and enter the correct code word each fortnight, they will have a chance of winning the grand prize of a $200 MasterCard e-gift card and a $100 e-gift card for the runner-up. Thanks again for watching all that Arizona has to offer.